It was easier back then, and it's tougher now.
We were doing crazy stuff and no one was filming it. I mean, not that.
Well, now they are, yeah.
We back with another reaction. I asked married couples for love advice. Let's get into it.
Is marriage dead?
Yeah, I made a mistake.
I'm going to let her take this one.
Do you want to go for it?
No, it's way too late now.
Isn't that 50-50? Can always run.
How romantic.
Marriage is not for everyone.
The truth is that today's dating world is very isolated.
Get into it.
And we need to do something to fix it fast. So today, I'll be interviewing a series of couples, from recently married to divorced to high school sweethearts, asking them about their opinions on whether we should still try and get married or not, and their best advice on finding real love in today's dating world. You guys are married?
Yes, we've been married many years.
How many?
Good.
It's always like that.
See if
It's
he knows.
always
54 years.
Yes, 54 years.
We're together 32 years. We've known each other for 50 years.
But somehow we never got, and we were
Never got
single.
Yeah, right. And we got involved with other people and went separate ways for 18 years.
And might have had a child together. You know, that would have been awfully nice.
How long have you been married for?
40.
Huh?
No.
1987. Can we do that math really quick?
7
This will be
years.
37. Yeah, there's a times 10 factor.
You lose track.
You guys are married? Oh, yes. How long have you been married for?
52 years.
Are you guys married?
Yes.
How long have you been married for?
3 years. Yes.
20 years.
20.
20
Newly?
years. So married
Type
for
newly?
5 years, but been together for how long?
15.
15. Wow.
Yeah.
Are you guys married?
Yeah, but not to each other. No, we're married to each other.
I was about to be like, all right. How long have you been married for?
20 years.
How long?
How
have
old
you
is
guys- I was
she?
about to be like, all right. How long have you been married for?
She looked like, you know what I mean? And he looked like,
20 years.
How long have you guys been together?
Married almost 62 years, but we've known each other probably 66 years.
What are the sacrifices that you guys had to make or have to make in order for this to work?
But quite frankly, I don't think I made any sacrifices. I guess that marriage is not for everyone.
None at all. God, I mean.
Some people are thinking, oh, I have to sacrifice like my freedom and this and that. It's like,
No, I think you have more freedom when you have a committed relationship. Most relationships are not just a compromise, but a complementary existence. One person is the good cook, me. One person takes care of the finances, him.
Yeah.
And that gets worked out in a relationship.
But I think it's also an attitude toward life in general. I mean, I guess you could ask somebody, what kind of sacrifices do you make for your job? Well, if you really like your job, you don't look at it like a sacrifice.
if you could give advice on finding real, genuine love, what would you say?
Literally follow your heart. Like, no one knows what you want except for yourself. Sometimes you won't listen to yourself because maybe what you want is not what others would want for you. I married a man 20 years older than me, and everyone around me said that it was a wrong decision. 3 years later, I can say that I'm so happy that I followed my heart.
Yeah.
And it comes with sacrifices, but it was the right choice.
Amazing. Let's bring him in. Because you've been speaking about him the whole time, so this is the husband. Okay.
Be sure they're your friend.
Most important, be friends first.
We told our two boys that we're an anomaly, and if you're in a bad relationship, I think you just need to move on with your life.
What are some qualities you tell them to look for in another person?
I'll talk to her. Our 42-year-old boy has never been married, and our 48-year-old son has been divorced. So I don't know if we said anything, but if we did, it didn't work.
it didn't work. So
And
don't say
marriage
nothing
is,
else.
60%, 40%, 60%, 40%. Isn't that 50-50?
I'm usually the 60.
I would hope so, yeah. I've heard from my dad, that's the standard.
That's the best way to go.
60 is pretty good for I'm glad he's getting 40 at least, you know?
I think it's harder than it ever was, but I also think that people's expectations are higher than maybe they should be. I think that you have to kind of take a chance on people and get to know them better. Having unrealistic expectations of this person's going to be lined up right up with all your ideals and all your priorities, it's not going to ever happen. Like, you're going to have to make compromises.
And so there's going to be surprises.
I think that the key word is respect. You're not always going to agree with what he or she is doing. Ultimately, respect their choices.
I think you have to learn how to say you're sorry. That is a really big thing.
I thought that love is never having to say.
Oh, but it is, and that's a ridiculous statement.
That's just for you, yeah? Theoretically speaking, if you were only allowed to have one engagement ring, Do you think that that would increase the level of satisfactory or happy marriages?
100%, because
What?
it's very difficult.
We only ever had one, and I can't really picture it otherwise. So
What's crazy is
What do
that
you mean?
even though these couples seem to have figured things out, almost half of us make the wrong life partner choice. We partnered today with Dairy Ring, a company that makes some of the most significant
W-ad, though.
birthday.
more deeply.
W-ad,
What was the story
W-ad,
about the
honestly.
proposal, the ring that you picked?
It was her 30th birthday. She didn't want a lot of attention with the proposal. I was going to do it real subtly on like the plane when we landed. Flight attendant saw it and then announced it on the plane. So it kind of actually backfired for us.
It's great.
The unique thing about Dairy Ring is to
Damn,
protect
nigga.
Away very easily with no legal commingling.
Dairy Ring will literally conduct ID
Yo, bro, come on, man. You ruining my experience, bro. Like, no cap.
as first started dating than it is today.
I think the pressure on kids now is pretty hard from social media to go out, what to do, who to be with, where you are. I think they're smarter about protection. They Uber instead of drunk driving. We did not do that.
anything that you're going to do, get video consent for it first.
Right.
There was no permanent record of how incredibly inane you act. It was easier back then, and it's tougher now.
We were doing crazy stuff and no one was filming it. I mean, not that.
Well, now they are, yeah.
Every movement that you make is on film, and you have so many distractions, like social media.
Fuck it. You gotta
Commitment
just
is
be a real
harder
nigga.
because of that.
What are some
You gotta
things you
just be a
think
real nigga
we
and
could
just
do
power through.
to
Gotta
have
figure it
like,
out.
more opportunities
Ain't
or
no
better
excuses.
chance of
You gotta
finding
figure it
real
out.
love?
I think you should
Figure
take
it out.
this and flush it down the toilet.
Low-key
Personal
facts.
connection. You can't replace
Low
that.
key.
I think it's very difficult now
Basura.
for dating. One,
Era
because
basura.
it's all done kind of remotely. A lot of this texting back and forth, which seems like the worst
That shit
way
is
to communicate.
trash.
We were very immature when we got married. We were both 22.
Speak for yourself.
Try.
People
I was a
my
real
age
nigga
are
at 22.
skeptical
Fuck is you
about
talking
marriage.
about? I was a
Can
real
you
nigga
explain
at
to someone
22.
who's never been married what the value
I was
of
a
that
real
is?
nigga at 18.
Commitment.
Commitment.
Out the
It's
womb.
commitment.
What's the value of it? I think you get to a point, every relationship that's enduring, where you need to refresh it for the relationship to keep growing, a way to get closer. You don't need to rush into marriage. We were together for 5 years before we got married, and then it was sort of the right time. It added something ineffable, right, but real.
Being able to handle one's health care in the hospital. Their first question is this your wife? Is this your husband? Oh, it's just a boyfriend? It's just a girlfriend? Then I need to talk to your family member.
What's the value of being with someone for the rest of your life, hopefully, versus jumping around and like, oh, if I have all of these options available to me, why would I stick with one?
It's the good, the bad, and the ugly. You know the good, you know the bad, you know the ugly, and you still love the person. I mean, you can't ask for more than that. It's just, there's something really great about that and special.
Having a partner in life is the best thing because you always have that person that is going to be there for you. It's work, but it pays off. And even when you're angry at the person and you still flick on that coffee machine that they need for the morning because you know they need that, that's commitment.
Well, to me, it's
That's a
having your
line
best
right
friend
there. That's a
next
bar.
to you all the time. When Ann goes away for a few days, I'm sort of out of sorts.
A good marriage gives one a sense of safety and comfort. It allows you to grow. Just like a child who feels secure in their relationship with their parents is then willing to go out in the world independently, knowing that there's a good attachment. That's what marriage is. It's an attachment.
I mean, 62 years is crazy. Congratulations.
Absolutely
But
crazy.
how have you managed to
62
appreciate
years?
each other over that time and for that long?
There are peaks and valleys in every relationship. And there are times when you're moving together at the same way and the same pace. And then there are times when things are off and you have to accommodate that. And I think we were pretty good at that, allowing each other. For example, when he retired, he makes his own breakfast and lunch. I take care of him.
I married you for better or for worse, but not for lunch. I think that's an expression
That was
that,
kinda funny.
probably is pretty accurate.
That was a good delivery.
I was younger. I worried a lot about finding love in my life, enduring love,
Enduring
whether it was
love.
living with someone or married to someone that didn't work out. Then we're together 30 years, so we came together fairly late in midlife. And yes, it was that important. And as you get older, it gets even much more
Well,
important.
companionship.
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe. And you'll also...
Ooh, I should watch this one. I should watch this one right now. Fuck it. Let's watch this one right now. Fuck it.
Do you want
Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it.